So when people would figure we're going to have, I mean, I'll give you the honest truth. We figure we invite X amount of people, you're only going to get 10% of those people. If you, that's the figure. So basically, also, I do know people. You will see a lot of good people dropping by to this event. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be on the internet. Everybody can see it. And, you know, and what am I doing right now? I'm pissing off the people upstairs. Yeah, that basically, you know, how would you like to be told? Well, I don't think we have an advertising budget. That's what we were told by one of the 3D, I don't think we have an advertising budget.
Now that was a shocker.
Yeah, it's a 3D a 3D company. Basically, what the heck are they doing? They're expecting to turn out...
Although they are making it to CES, I presume.
No, probably not.
Oh, maybe
a lot of 3D people, okay, a lot of people are pulling out of CES because of the fact that, well, when you make the announcement, well, it's just a feature. It's not even a standalone feature. It's just a feature on sets nowadays. You don't buy a television set because it has internet connectability. You don't buy an internet set, well, because, you know, it's got Phanovision. You don't buy the TV set because it's got smell-o-vision. You know, you buy the stuff because the set is what you want, the picture. You go for the picture and the sound first. Then anything else is an afterthought. But, you know, a standalone, it's not a feature. Well, we're telling you, got widgets that people don't know how to play with. They call them apps.
Otherwise, apps.
An app.
They used to be widgets. Remember, Yahoo brought them out.
Yeah, but you buy a TV set because you want to see something in 3D. You buy it because you want to see something in HD, or you want to see something, you know, that you can't see on a standalone, on a regular TV set. Don't buy it because it's got internet connectability. It has icons or widgets or apps. You know, well, I can sit there and do a webcam, and you can sit there and see me in Podunk, Iowa on you know, live stream or something like that. You don't buy the TV sets for those purposes. The same as gamers do not. Here's one for people over at Sony. Gamers don't buy games to run movies on. Gamers buy game console to play games on. They don't want their thing tainted with your movies.
But parents of gamers
will buy the game to watch, buy the controller to watch the movies on, and then let the kid. We do know people in the business that have done just exactly that. They wouldn't buy, because they're too god-awful expensive, they would not buy the game themselves. You know, but they would buy it from their children and never give it to let the children have it after. You know, well, okay, you know, well, you know, I want that game, you know, at 8 o'clock tonight because I want to see Alice in Wonderland. So, but no, but we got, you know, the major thing piss off a lot of people. We have a 3D camera that zooms in and out. We have a 3D camera that lets us see 3D when it's being shot. We also have cell phones that we can do 3D on. We have computers that we can do 3D on. We have television sets we can watch 3D on. And I can basically bring you 3D on any television set that is out there at a, you know, so. And I'm not making money off of that. These are things that we just have. They're available in the market now. And those people will, you know, like I said, big manufacturer don't want to play ball, then we'll bring the guys in that basically can turn your TV set into a 3D set for hip pocket money.
Which is but you know, if you get those big TV sets, it's bigger and better.
Oh, it's bigger and better. I mean, I want. I mean, I would like to see. I mean, I actually saw it. A Mitsubishi that I wanted.
A 73-inch Mitsubishi.
Oh, great big man! This thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you get it. I mean, it basically.
You have it delivered and installed.
Yeah, delivered and installed. It's so big and so heavy. It has to set. It can't. You basically. I mean, I like the chief company. Because we've talked to them all. Chief manufacturers, basically they do wall mounts. But this is so big that the people that we like a lot couldn't possibly install it because they're not a wall capable of holding. Thing must weigh 400 or 500 pounds. It's one of those you basically, you know, you set it on top of you know, something really sturdy and fasten it into the. Then you use your earthquake anchor to fasten. This is where the chief manufacturing comes in handy because they would basically their things could anchor it to the wall. So they could sit on your thing. But also, one of the things we're also going to talk about too is the fact that you know, that work, have the people on the 3-day thing talk about putting their foot on our you know, because we're happy it's Christmas Eve and we got some toys to play with. But that they're going to tell you about the best place to put your TV set in the room. There are places you should not put a high-def set. There are places you shouldn't put a Blu-ray set, and there are god-awful places you should never put a 3D set.
Especially if you're trying to mount it to the wall.
Well, yeah, but if you want to see it because of the light problems, you know, so because you know, like you basically want to put it in an area too where you can walk in, where there's a big open space, you can walk through that space, and the lighting will be the same from when you were out there putting your glasses on as when you come in to sit. So, but, you know, this is our plans. You know, they want us to, you know, instead of putting the bill, we're actually going to put it down on paper so people can see it too. But this is, you know, we're not supposed to do anything that's supposed to make us money. Well, we're not. This is an industry thing. We're news people. And as news people, the news is 3D. And in order for people, like I said, if you want to survive, you have to do what other people aren't doing. So we're 3D, everything in 3D. And we're going to turn, you know, like I said, I have seen every God person for 60 years fail at 3D, and they all fell for the same reason. They'll all give up. They simply will flat out give up. We don't know how to fix the problems. Well, I'm talking when, okay, my parents had a color TV set the first day when it first came out. We were watching 3D over 60 years ago on television. You can watch 3D on television today without, you know, without costing a whole lot of money. The 3D, a lot of what's in the television, we see, this is where if the manufacturers would show up, they could unexplain everything that I'm explaining to you now. That's their advantage. You say, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then I say, I know something you're not telling people. Well, you can't tell people that. Yeah. So,
we know a lot of things that people don't want us to say.
We know a lot of things about 3D that people want to hear about. No, but it's true. If you don't do everything in 3D, you're going to do nothing in 3D. Now is the time, like I said, to get off the pot, you know, or go. And it's your moment. This is the whole world's moment, because we also know something about 3D too. You're marketing the bloody things that are wrong with people. Totally marketing. Your marketing campaign, which is very abysmal. I mean, how in the heck are you going to spend $1 zillion to turn out 3D sets and have no marketing campaign? But like I said, well, I don't think we have a budget for advertising. And they're going to tell, they're expecting 3 to 5 million 3D sets to be out there at the end of 2011.
Really?
Yeah. Who's going to buy them? They don't know they exist. Go to Best Buy.
Well, they see them when they go to Best Buy.
How many?
There's not that many.
How many?
And then the next question is, like you mentioned with the guy, is, well, why do I spend that much more when there's nothing that much to watch on it?
Yeah, that's because you've got to produce the stuff. And
see, part of it is, they mentioned it before in CEA. They did a industry report that said people would be willing to pay more for 3D, nominal.
Yeah.
More.
No, it wasn't. The nominal is the same thing that they were willing to pay the differential between having a regular TV set and a 3D. And you know, and they're not.
That wasn't like twice as much. It's not 50% as more. It's a little bit
not 3 times as much.
Yeah.
I mean, because they told the gentleman the other day at the store, well, I can get you the same set for $1,500 cheaper. He said, well, I can get the same set for, you know, for $2,500 cheaper. Why would I want to pay for $2,000 for something that I can get down here for $1,400? You can go over to Costco right now and pick up a full-blown 1080 for what was it, $600-700?
Depending on what you were getting.
Depending on the brand you're getting. And the people, remember, the problem is with the 3D is there are more 3D companies manufacturing 3D than you can find in your stores. I know. I mean, have you seen a 3D projector?
Nope.
Have we seen a Toshiba 3D?
Nope.
Have we?
We've seen Sony, LG, Samsung.
And Samsung, and we've seen a old Mitsubishi.
But yeah, we just saw it in the box though.
Yeah, but they're not available. I mean, I think Sharp turns that out. I mean, Vizio we know turns them. Vizio's getting heavy in the market. But there are a lot of companies that turn 3D sets out that you can't find. There's a god-awful amount of companies that turn out all kinds of 3D stuff you cannot find on the shelves in stores in this country. So, I mean, if we weren't in the business, we wouldn't even know they existed. That's the whole trick. This 3D 3-day event is to show people, is to introduce the world to 3D. You know, and this is gonna get me in trouble. I realize that our president doesn't think we're an exceptional country, but we are leading the way in 3D.
We are?
We're the only people turning the bloody movies out.
Oh, okay.
So then we are the leaders, because, you know, like they say, I heard a guy in Britain say, well, we're not stupid enough to get involved in 3D like you Americans.
Are you serious? Somebody said that?
Yeah, most of the country don't do 3D. Well, you know, okay, I'm going to tell you, you know that 3D is here because the porn industry is starting to make things in 3D.
Oh.
They are the leaders. And, you know, the gaming industry is moving into 3D.
It's been in it, and it's actually getting more.
Because it's easy to transform a game, to change, because the games basically have almost a 3D look to them to begin with. But the 3D is coming. I love this. I'm going to tell you, we've been to events where, you know, with the producers, the 3D revolution is being driven by the set manufacturers. It costs too much, it's too much of a bitch to work with. The actors don't like it, nobody likes it, but we're doing it because it's being driven by the manufacturers. Now the manufacturers have said, well, maybe it's just a feature. But some of the people are very serious about it. You know, it's going to be sort of like at CES, the last gadget standing. Which TV manufacturer is going to be the last standing when this thing weeds out? And basically, the weeding out starts. This goes up. We're doing this the 24th. The weeding out starts the 4th of January. And then you're going to see how serious some of these people are. My bet is a lot of them are going to pull up stakes. I know that. I know Toshiba is going to introduce their set. I know that we've got some 3D introductions on games and stuff. But you know, we've got some tablets and computers and things like that.
But we'll be doing a lot of 3D coverage.
You know, it's all covered. We've covered our last 2 trade shows totally in 3D. If people might have noticed, none of that's in 2D. It's all in 3D. So, which is why we consider ourselves to be the quasi-experts on 3D. You know, I've worked in it most of my life. I work with it now, and it's not that. Here's the whole philosophy behind. We've got 2 philosophies. One, if you don't do everything in 3D, you're going to do nothing in 3D. I came from the era before color film, and color TV, and they didn't want to do it. But then you saw people like Duncan Ronaldo's Cisco Kid. They didn't have color sets. They shot in color. They had the Lone Ranger shot in color. You know, they were doing color shows before they had the color TV sets out there, because the entertainment industry was leading the field. They have to lead the field if they want 3D to be totally profitable. You can show 3D on TV. You can make a god-awful fortune turning out 3D television. I mean, okay, the Sci-Fi Channel and the cartoon channels. You don't think that they can't get people to watch those things if they had 3D programming?
That's true.
Or how about the National Geographic doing out there? Or the History Channel, where they're going to all of these places? Or Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs, where he basically,
actually, that probably would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the septic tank blowing up in his face. You get that. You know, the live stuff. You know. And in reality, we think that we're supposed to work the best. It really works the worst, which is sporting events.
It's kind of.
Because it'll give you a tip on 3D. Shoot low and shoot close.
I know.
3D cameras basically, unless you're
and most of them are not zooming.
They don't zoom because because you can't have that type of rig out where cars are coming at you. And basically on a baseball game, I mean, you're here, they get you there, but the ball is going, where the hell did that ball go? That's the 3D problem. Or you got the football game. Well, it's perfectly good when you've got the photograph on the guys in their stance, and then they're running it sideways, and then he throws the ball Cameramen are good, but if you're looking, you've got to show a little object like this. When you get 3D is depth of field. It does not do. I'm assuming it would work. It'd be great guns in a basketball game because you could put your 3D cameras at both ends of the rink because it's a short thing. Ice hockey would also suck because the thing, golf. I mean, I've seen them.
Well, they did the Masters.
Well, I know, but I've seen them. The guy, but see, they have a 3D camera here and they have a 3D camera at the other end. In between, there's nothing. So basically, you've got a bit of a problem there because they become, okay, our 3D camera is set. The thing must be 20 foot away from us. That's the optic problem with a 3D camera, folks. This is a dual lens Panasonic 3D camera. We tell people that because Panasonic is one of the people that are talking to us. Panasonic would be nice if they showed up with their TV set and their cameras. So, because it's your chance to talk when nobody else wants to talk. But the optics do not coincide with most sporting events. Because, like I said, unless you can zoom in and out with the dual camera system, but what you do is you put the cameras on rails, and the rail moves in and out. So you move in and out. But you still have, you've got a lens on it that basically, it's not zooming in and out. The camera is moving in and out.
Yeah.
So the figures may, okay, you mean say like I go, like the camera is moving, I move towards the camera. But when I go back, I'm still the same midget I was before. This is what it is. I shoot 3D. I shoot 3D at a distance. And no matter what, they say, well, you can't get good 3D over a certain distance. Well, yeah, because it gives you good 3D on everything up here, and in the back it's irrelevant. But at a sporting event, the back is where a lot of it's happening. So, I mean, we've seen auto racing done, which I noticed that now auto racing, the cameras are all set up on the 3D where they're coming at where the cameras are. You don't have them behind the camera, behind the cars. They're coming at you because, I mean, we did some things for the Ford Interceptor where I deliberately got out in between the cars that are coming at me so the cars would come at me. But, that's called being dumb because if something happens, well, basically, you could die quickly if something goes wrong. So this is the problem with the car event because the cameras have to be here. They can't, the 3D camera can't be up there. It needs to come at you. I know where the places for the Long Beach Grand Prix are the best places to go to get the cameras coming at. Basically, at the Long Beach Grand Prix, there are places you can get the camera, where you can get the car coming at you and going by you. Those are the prime spots, but the networks have those spots. And the networks aren't doing 3D. But, I go on and on because, she's the business side of our business and I'm the unpractical dreamer side that's worked in the entertainment business for almost eight decades. And in 3D, I've been in bad 3D movies. I've sat there and thrown things at people. I have sat there with a baseball.
Typically at the camera.
I have sat there with a baseball bat and zoom like that, which is, and I've sat there and punted the football. And I did the old. I even done the most god awful stupid, the ping pong. The little ball, the paddle ball. I go like this. Or you like I said, you play catch with the other guy, so you throw the ball, or in my case, I go left-handed and I throw the ball. Hit the only thing I haven't done is play basketball and tennis.
Well, they did do volleyball.
I did do volleyball, but I did volleyball simply because they wanted to see the girls. They figured the girls shaking up and down in tiny swimsuits.
Well, no, they were hitting the balls at you.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. We did. The people before the AVP folded, we had some of the nicest people in the world over there. We went to one of their events, and they knew I was shooting in 3D, and they said, "Would you like me to hit the balls at you?" Oh yeah. And they're going, and the balls are coming by me like rockets, and then. They're coming so many at me that they had people standing shields out there,
I know.
which basically stopped what we were doing. But I was put over there by the nice people so I could get that shot, and the ball people were afraid they were going to get hurt, But no, it works there. I mean, that's a great shot. The people behind are midgets. I mean, they're like this, and you got this great big ball coming right at you. So you worry, well, what happens, if it hits the camera? Well, then. Then you get wiped out. But No, but that's the different. But those are things we've done. I mean, she has shot 3D in bad light conditions doing interviews. It can be done. We do it on a daily basis. Because we, here, our lighting, we're under controlled lighting now, as most people can see. But when we've done press conferences we've done SEMA and we have done the LA Auto Show under the worst lighting conditions. We did good 3D.